Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to everyone. So today we'll be looking at chapter 5, equations and inequalities. These are the subtopics that you will see in this chapter. Okay, types of equations, inequality in its notation, the meaning of interval, and then we will be looking at some examples on how to solve equations and inequalities. So right, in this introduction part, basically what we will be doing is we will introduce equations and inequalities, although actually you may have already encountered them in the previous chapters. And in particular, this chapter focuses in the techniques of solving equations and inequalities. So some of the questions to be solved here will incorporate what you have learned in the previous chapters, for example, number system, exponents, complex numbers, and so on. And to start off, let us look at the statement of equality. Statement of equality, in another word, is equation. So equation is a statement of equality where the symbol, the mathematical symbol used is this one. So this is something equal to something, so equality statement. On the other hand, if you have inequality, it is a statement that incorporates the following sign. So this is not equal, this is greater than, this is less than, this is greater than or equal to something, and this is less than or equal to something. Right, so now in this example, this is just a simple example that is going to illustrate how you can turn word statements into mathematical equation. Right, so the first one is some number increased by 9 is equal to 26. So when you have something that you don't know, a value that you don't know, you can always represent it using alphabets. So for example, here some number, you can consider that to be represented as x. So some number is increased, so that means you add some number with 9, increased by 9 is equal to 26. So that is the mathematical statement. Next, B, the square root of some number is 8. Again, some number you can replace with any alphabet that you fancy. So the square root of, let's say, y is equal to 8. Next, question C, 3 times the sum of a number and 7. So 3 times the sum of a number, let's say y and 7. So 3 times, so this is times, this is not x, this is 3 times sum of a number and 7, y plus 7 is equal to 51. Next, 1 less than the quotient of 25 and a number is 4. So quotient of 25 and a number, so that would be 25 over a number. So let's say this is y, 25 over number. 1 less than that is, that means this one minus 1 must be equal to 4. Alright, I hope that we are all clear on how to change statements into mathematical notation. So next we move on to the next slide. Okay, so in this one, we are going to convert the statements into inequalities. Okay, so the number of swords produced is greater than or equal to 750. So when you have something, such a long statement as such, you can always simplify it with You can always represent it with an alphabet. So here we will have, let's say, x. So x represent the number of words, the number of swords produced. So x is greater than or equal to, so x greater than or equal to 750. Now the random number picked up from a bowl, so this one can be represented by another alphabet, let's say y. So y is represents the number, the random number picked up from a bowl, so y is not equal to 100. Next, 4 more than 2 times a number is greater than negative 10. So 4 more than 2 times a number. So 2 times a number, so 2 times something that is unknown, let's say 2 times z. Z is an unknown number. 4 more than that is plus 4, 4 more than 2 times a number, and it is greater than negative 10. And D, 3 times a number divided by 5 is greater than 18. 3 times a number that is divided by 5. So that means this is a number, so maybe W is a number divided by 5, and then you times with 3, this is greater than 18. So that is how you change the statements to inequalities. Alright, next. Okay, so now we move on to section 5.2, which concerns with just a linear equation. But before that, let's look at the very basic idea of what is equation. So equation is always thought of as something similar to a balanced scale. The expression on one side of the equation is balanced with the other side. Okay, so as an example, if you have x plus 3 equals to 7, you can think of it as x plus 3 on this side and 7 on this side. So the scale is already balanced. So when you want to solve an equation, that means you want to find the unknown value. So in this case, the unknown value is x. Since any equation is considered as a balanced scale, if you want to find x, technically I can find x by thinking of removing the balls. Okay, take the balls out one by one. So I want to find x. Let's say if I take these balls out, and I can also take this ball out, the scale is balanced. If I take this ball out, and I have to take another ball out from the right hand side, and another ball out, and another ball out, so the scale is balanced, and based on that I can guess, or I can get the value of x. The value of x must be equal to 4. The remaining balls that are in the right hand side. So based on this idea, if you want to solve a linear equation, or an equation in this case, so x plus 3 must be equal to 7. I want to find what is x. Therefore, I'm going to take out 3. So how do we take out 3? X plus 3 minus 3. So if I take out 3 from the left hand side, the right hand side must also, you must also do the same thing on the right hand side. So 7 must minus with 3. So this becomes x is equal to 4. But of course, in solving this, you can see that sometimes this second step here is not shown sometimes. It's okay as long as you understand the concept of, balanced scale in solving the equation. Okay. Now let us give a formal definition of a linear equation. So linear equation is an equation that has this mathematical form. okay, where a and b are real numbers and x is unknown quantity. So a linear equation is also known as the first degree equation because the exponent of x here is 1, which you can omit that because x to the power of 1 is x. Okay, so it is called first degree equation because the exponent over here, although it's not written, is actually 1. A linear equation is very easy to be solved. Basically, what you need to do is you introduce some numbers and mathematical operations in order to have the unknown x remain on the left hand side. In that process, you may have to use distributive property in order to get rid of the parentheses. And you may also need to combine similar terms and simplify the expression. So whatever that you do, you must not forget the orders of operations, which you have learned in chapter 2 and chapter 3. And finally, this is what some people usually don't do, but I think it is always a good idea to check that your solution is correct. Okay, let's look at example 5.3. Now solve for x plus 6 plus x is equal to negative 3x plus 5. So now I'm going to consider x to be all put together on one side, on the left hand side. So here 4x plus 6, okay, plus x. Originally we have this one, negative 3x plus 5. Then I'm going to consider putting all x together on the left hand side. So here then I will have 4x plus x plus 3x is equal to 5 minus 6. And then add the terms together for 5. So 8x is equal to negative 1. X is equal to negative 1 over 8. Okay, next. Solve 1 over 3 x plus 4 minus 5 is equal to 1 over 2 3x minus 6. So here we have parentheses and we need to expand it first. And grouping all the similar terms together, simplify it, and then you should be able to solve what x is. So 1 over 3 x plus 4 minus 5 is equal to 1 over 2 3x minus 6. So now I'm going to take the parentheses out. So 1 over 3x plus 4 over 3 minus 5. This is 3 over 2x minus 3. 6 over 2 is 3. So next, 1 over 3x minus 3 over 2x is equal to negative 3 plus 5 minus 4 over 3. So x is equal to 1 over 3 minus 3 over 2. So here you will have 2 minus 4 over 3. Therefore x is equal to 2 minus 4 over 3 is 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 over 1 over 3 minus 3 over 2 is negative 7 over 6. And this can be further simplified as negative 4 over 7. Okay. Next, solve the following equation. Okay, so we have square root of y plus 7 and 1 minus 5. So y plus 7. So I can rewrite the expression to be y over 7, square root of that is equal to 2 plus y minus 5. So in order to get rid of the square root, we square the whole expression, and so the right hand side must also be squared. Then I can get rid of the square root. It becomes y plus 7 this will have to be expanded as usual. 2 to the power of 2 is 4 plus 4y minus 5 plus it becomes y minus 5. Now it can be further simplified as 7 is equal to where 4 minus 5 is negative 1 plus 4y minus 5. Okay, so next let's put y on the left hand side. So I will have 4 square root of y minus 5 is equal to 8. Therefore, square root of y minus 5 is equal to 2. Y minus 5 is equal to 2 to the power of 2 is 4. And so y is equal to 9. Now let us check the solution. Okay, I haven't shown you that part yet, but usually once you have gotten your answer, you should check that the solution is correct. So now our solution is y equals to 9. So let's check whether the answer is correct or not. So plug in the value of 9. So 9 plus 7 minus 9 minus 5, is it equal to 2? Okay, so for this one, so now let's just focus on this one. So 9 plus 7 is 16. Then square root of 16 is 4. So 9 plus 5, sorry, 9 minus 5 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Therefore, 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And that is correct. Therefore, y is equal to 9 is our solution. Okay. Next. Okay, so we're going to solve for x. And at one glance, what you can do is you can consider, okay, so here we have 3x, x minus 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 over x minus 1. And later on, I'm going to put all the x on left hand side. So 3x, x minus 1 minus 3 over x minus 1 is equal to negative 2. Next, 3x minus 3 over x minus 1 is equal to negative 2. So then I shall have 3x minus 3 is equal to negative 2x plus 2. So 5x is equal to 5. X is equal to 1. So again, let us make a habit to always check the solution. So if you check the solution, 3x x minus 1 plus 2, is the answer equal to 3x minus 1 when x is equal to 1. So when x is equal to 1, you can see that 3, 1 minus 1 plus 2, is it equal to 3, 1 minus 1? Well, clearly that when x is equal to 1, we have a problem over here. It becomes undefined. So obviously x equals to 1 is not the solution. Alright, that's all. We shall continue this topic in the next video. Thank you very much.